Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 3. Although it has not been written over here, but this is question number 3. The chapter which we are related with is depreciation. You are well aware with the format and performer. We have left side and right side. This left side is used to enter amounts for debit and right side is used to enter amounts for credit side. Or it may be a good idea to mention this left side with a different color so that you can understand that debit side is little different to credit side. Alright guys, you can see date, particulars and amount. This is for debit side, date, particulars and amount for credit side. This different color will represent the debit side of this particular account. Secondly, please note it down. This particular ledger, what word I have used? This ledger is used to make an asset account. So why not we should mention over here this account or ledger would be for an asset. Now please note it down. Since we are buying an asset, namely machinery. So what you will do, you will maintain this account for machine. So just mention it is machine account. Alright guys, and now we are ready to start our question. Because performer has been introduced, a brief introduction of question is also present over there, and we can start our question. On 1st January 2000 is a year, a firm purchased machine of worth rupees 50,000. Next, on 1st July 2002, please note it down. This is after 2 years. It means we are related with 2000. 1st January 2000. So for first 2 years, there would nothing be added or subtracted because after 2 years there would be some change. So on 1st January 2000, firm purchased machinery. Machinery is an asset. By buying asset is increased, increase in asset should be entered on debit side. That is why we will choose debit side. 1st January is the date and we will mention date first and the year is 2000. So guys, the first step to do is to mention the date, and since you have bought this machinery for 50,000, mention the amount over here, and the next step is to put the detail. Machinery to cash is your journal entry, so you will put cash. Alright guys, first entry has been completed. This was related to 1st January. Now after entering our asset on debit side, we will now be proceeding in a normal way. We'll enter the depreciation, and here little more size would be increased and I would be centering all the document. Okay guys, so first entry has been completed. You have purchased an asset, 2 cash and 50,000. After that, 1 year would be passed. So 31st December 2000. What will happen? This asset would be depreciated. So depreciation would be written over here. How you will charge this depreciation? As you know, fixed installment method and reducing, both methods would be used. So first we will solve this question with fixed installment method. And For fixed installment, we will always be choosing our asset at the value of an asset at the beginning of the period. So 50,000 was the value of that asset. You will multiply. Percentage is mentioned over here, assuming normal depreciation to be 10%. So you will charge 10% over here. So I'm sure that you people have understood that this depreciation was charged as 50%. How? You have taken value of asset 50,000, then multiply by 10 divided by 100. So depreciation is calculated. After that, you will calculate your balance. This balance, how you will calculate? This is your debit side and this is your credit side. Simply here you will be mentioning total of both sides, and here and here. Alright guys, so total line is mentioned over here. Similarly, you will be writing total over here. Larger total would be written on both sides. So larger total was 50,000 over here and 50,000 over here. You will be posting. Why? Because value of asset was 50,000. Now how you will calculate the balance? First you will take the sum of both sides and larger sum was 50,000. It would be written on total of both sides. Now how you will calculate balance? From larger sum you will subtract smaller sum. Here I would write how you will calculate your balance. Look, larger sum was 50,000 and you will subtract smaller sum which was 5,000. In this way you will calculate your balance. So 45,000 is your balance. In this way, first year would be completed. Here we will put sign of total on both sides. Here one more additional thing is needed, that is your date, 31st December 2000. So guys, in this way our first year is completed. We will now shift to second year. Again 1st January but 2001 would be entered. So 1st January 2001, and here you will bring that balance downward. So you will write balance brought down. Okay, how much balance? That balance 45,000 you have calculated would be brought down. In the similar way, you will now be writing 31st December 2001. Again, depreciation would be calculated. How? Please note it down. We are following fixed installment. So similar depreciation would be calculated as, instead of this we can take as it is, and here depreciation. So guys, have you noted that 31st December 2000 depreciation amount was 5,000. 31st December 2001 depreciation is absolutely similar. In the similar way, now you will be calculating your total, and here I'm just taking help, and here total of both sides would be mentioned. Again from here I'm taking help. So 4 lakh 45,000. Step number 1, total of both sides, and then larger total would be posted on both sides, and here you will calculate your balance. Similarly, this balance would be calculated by subtracting smaller sum from the larger sum. This is larger sum 45,000 and you will subtract smaller sum 45,000. In this way your balance would be calculated. So now we have got 40,000. It's time to be very much attentive because what our question was saying, on 1st July 2002 there is a change. We have completed 2000 and 2001. 2000 and 2001 is completed and there is a change in 2002. So 1st January 2002 arrived. First step, you will take this balance, brought down old balance to balance, and that was 40,000. This is your old balance. Note it down. I have mentioned it's old. This old you are not needed to write. It is just for your understanding. You may write it or you may not write it to let you very clear that on 1st January 2002, since there is a change, and what that change is, it buys additional machinery. Another machinery has been purchased and another machinery or additional machinery had arrived. Since machine is bought, machine is an asset, asset is increasing, increase in asset should be debited. So new machine worth of 10,000 and spent 1,000 of its erection. So collectively 11,000 worth of machine you have bought. And here, since you are buying this machinery, so you will mention cash. How much? 10,000 was its price and 1,000 was installation charges. So total worth of 11,000, and this is your new machinery. Alright guys, so you will have to be very much attentive to understand it. Now we have two machineries. One 40,000, this is your 40,000 old balance, and 11,000 worth of machine, this is your new machinery just bought right now. So what we will do, total balance we have, please note 40,000 was your old machinery and then you have bought new machinery of worth 11,000. One more time I will let you explain why we are writing 11,000 while worth of machinery was only 10,000. Please note, value of machine was 10,000 but we have spent 1,000 of its erection. Erection is basically capital type of expense, that is why value of new asset would be increased. Instead of 10,000 you will write 11,000. Alright guys, 40,000 worth of machine, that is old, 11,000 worth of machine, that is new. But one more thing, you will note it down, that date is 1st July 2002. So here 1st July 2002. So we have got two machinery, old machinery from 1st January and new machinery from 1st July. Since we have two assets, so what will happen, there will be two different depreciation and two different balances. Date would be same, 31st December 2002, and here you will charge depreciation but for old. And how you will charge this depreciation? Look, since we are focusing upon fixed base method, so depreciation would be charged in fixed base method, and again that depreciation would not be changed. So you will be applying 50,000 worth of asset, multiply by 10 divided by 100. Since we have little less space, so directly 10% we will write. So guys, Again, please understand this was your old asset 40,000, new asset 11,000. Since we are charging this depreciation according to fixed base method, depreciation would not be altered. You will write again 5,000. Please note it down. First depreciation at 2,000. This is your 5,000. Then second depreciation 5,000. Then third depreciation again 5,000 because we are following fixed base method. Now since we have two assets, so we will charge next depreciation, and this depreciation would be for new asset. And please note your new asset is worth of 11,000 and you will again take 10% depreciation for your new asset. And here once again I am letting you to calculate 11,000 was your asset. Then you will take 10%. And one more thing, please note this is your 1st July. Very important, you will have to be attentive. This is 1st July 2002 while we are charging depreciation 31st December 2002. So between July and December, how many months? July is 1st July, July, August, September, October, November, December. So these are 6 months. So multiply by 6 divided by 12. So in this way you have got your two depreciations. Date would be similar. This is 31st December 2002. So please understand what we have done. There were two assets 40,000 and 11,000 and there are two depreciation 5,000 and 550. So instead of writing here we will mention 40,000 and 11,000 so that you can understand it clearly. Now it's okay. So first asset which was old 40,000, new asset 11,000. First asset means old asset depreciation, new asset depreciation. In the similar way, now it's time to calculate our balances 31st December 2002. So first balance, and how you will calculate, this is larger sum 40,000, smaller sum 5,000. So 40,000 minus 5,000, this is depreciation 5,000, and now you will write the balance. And how? Old asset was worth of 40,000 minus its depreciation 5,000, so we have got 35,000. Next balance for new asset, value of asset was 11,000 and you will subtract its depreciation 550. In this way second asset balance is also calculated. Have you noticed everything? So here date would be similar for 31st December. Now we will be writing total over here. And how much total? Since these are two amounts, so 51,000 over here, and similarly you will write total over here, which would be 51,000. Larger sum has been written on total of both sides. So please look at this. There were two assets, two depreciations, and here two balances. How many more steps would be taken dependent upon over here. Look at here, show the machinery account for 5 years. And what we have done, this was your first year, second year, third year, and now we will proceed to our fourth year. What you will do, again you will be mentioning date first. So 1st January 2003, you have two balances. First to balance, which is your old one, and how much balance? Look at this, 35,000 is balance for old asset, and then to balance, which is your new asset. And look, this was your new asset, 10,450. So have you noticed there are two balances? Date would be similar for both 1st January 2003, 1st January 2003. Now we will be charging our depreciation for that 31st December 2003. Similarly, same date would be mentioned over here. And please note it down, this depreciation would not be altered because we are following fixed base method. So the same depreciation we will be putting over here, 5,000. Now here there would be a little bit change. You will pick this depreciation over here. Since we are following fixed base method, now here you are needed to focus upon here. Why we have multiplied 6 over 12? Here you can see we have multiplied by 6 and divided by 12. Why? Because date was July. Over here, what would be the difference? 11,000 was your asset, multiply by 10 divided by 100, and you do not need to multiply by 6 because here date is 1st January and here date is 31st December. So your depreciation would look like this. And now you will be writing your balance. There were two assets, so two balances would appear. By balance, and please note down this balance is for old. How will you calculate? Amount was 35,000 and this asset was depreciated by 5,000. Write down over here. Once again, 35,000 was worth of asset, 5,000 was depreciation, so you have got 30,000. And now new asset balance, and how you will write? Please note, value of asset was 10,450 and you will depreciate, subtract depreciation 1100. Once again, 10,450 was value of an asset, 1100 was depreciation. So in this way, 9,350. Over here, we are now going to write our final total, and here there are two amounts, 35,000 and 10,450. Total is here. In the similar way, you will write total over here, which is 45450. So guys, in this way, fourth year is completed. Now we will proceed to our fifth and last year. Again, you will put the date 1st January 2004. Again, you need to brought your balances down. There were two balances. Just post over here and note it down. How much amount of two balances? First 30,000 and second is 9350. Okay, and here comes the depreciation 31st December 2004. Again, there will not be any difference because we are following fixed base method. So there will not be any change in depreciation. Here you will mention date 31st December 2004. Similarly over here. So depreciation is charged. Have you noticed? Depreciation has not been altered. 5,000, 5,000, 1100, 1100. Same depreciation will go because I am continuously repeating this fact as we are following fixed base method. Now it's time to write down our balance. How you will calculate your balance? Here in the similar way, first we will calculate balance, which is your for old asset. How? Amount was 30,000 and you will subtract its depreciation, that is 5,000. Then you will calculate balance, and how much value of asset was 9350, and you will subtract its depreciation 1100. So in this way, first old asset, once again 30,000 was value, 5,000 depreciated, asset value is now just 25,000. Next 9350 was value of asset, 1100 depreciation. So in this way you have got 8250. It's time to mention total, and here there were two amounts, 9350 and 30,000, and similarly you will write total over here, and that is 39350. Look, this was balance for old asset and this was balance for new asset. That means collectively we have two assets of value 33250, and here you can see 33250. Balance of machinery, these are your answers. Balance of machinery 33250, and how much we have calculated? 33250. This is your old asset, new asset. Collectively we have as two assets of worth rupees 33,250. So guys, in this way our calculations has been completed. First year, second year, third year, and then fourth year, fifth year. These were two assets present. Sum of these two assets 33,250. In this way, guys, we have completed our question. Our answer has been matched, but remember this, that this was only for fixed base method, straight line method, or fixed installment method. Second method we will be doing right after, but it is requested to please repeat and revise this question for more than 2-3 times. And after that, if you still feel anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question as quick as I can. So it's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.